one of the things I did in the book is I tried to really get to learn as much as I could about the private interactions that Joe Biden had with Donald Trump, and there were a number of them. The first one was a phone call that Biden made to Trump the night of the shooting in Butler. And we knew that that had happened, and they had both put out statements. But I talked to two people who actually overheard the phone conversation. And it was about 5 or 6 minutes long. Trump was in his, in his motorcade headed out of Butler after he had been to the hospital. And they spoke like they were old friends. And, a lot of Joe and Donald and Joe and Donald and how are you? And it's great. And I mean, as friendly as you could possibly be. And then they meet again right after the election, where Joe Biden is affording a courtesy to Donald Trump that he never afforded to Joe Biden, of welcoming in the next president to the White House before the inauguration. And they met, as you remember, for 2.5 hours, no cameras present in the Oval Office. But I describe what happens when he arrives, and the Bidens are waiting for him. And there's no Melania, so it's just Joe Biden. But Jill and Joe are there in that, in that entrance near the diplomatic room and the residence of the White House. And, Trump comes out, and again, I talked to people who witnessed this, and he's like, "Oh, such a beautiful couple. You're so beautiful." And they pause, and they go and they pose for pictures. And one of the pictures is in the book. They just it's Joe and Jill and Donald, all smiles, next to the White House, posing like they've been old friends. They go in, they have that meeting. It's extraordinarily positive and friendly.
Cordial.
Playing golf together. We should play golf and all this stuff. And if we weren't political opponents, we'd probably be really good friends. I described that limousine ride that they took to the inauguration from the White House on January 20th, and kind of got inside the car. Again, I can't. And then he says these things about him in public, but so friendly, cordial, stay in touch. Let me know if I can do anything for you. You've done such great things. And, there you have what he says in public.